Good evening, passengers and crew, and welcome aboard Blood from a Stone, a tale of love and dread in RPG. My name is Philip, and I'm your Dreadmaster, and ensconcing me are many players. Say, all aboard, players.
All aboard, players.
I think we may have one more player tonight. I was anticipating having like so many, and then naturally, things went. So the point is, we have a good number, and it's all gonna be fine. But we're on a train, and all that matters is that we're on a train. And we are. Oh, I want to make the note: we're not going to talk about gravy training tonight, until it comes up naturally, and we're not going to talk about running any trains, only in the sense of like administrating them, as that things. But we will talk about train Sadie Tell as much as you want, if anybody wants to. I'm going to show something off here. I'll probably have to show this off again once one of our other people arrives. But I showed this, I previewed this last night, but we are just going to kick things off with, have you guys seen the Maisie that I received in the mail? So look at this, that Sophia has created a Maisie of, this is cross-stitch. Because when I first saw it, I said, hey, CrossFit. And then I was like, that's not what it's called. It's cross-stitch, but look at that. That's wild.
Looks very fit.
Done by hand.
I mean, yeah, it is an exceedingly impressive piece.
Where's it gonna go? Is it gonna be on cam?
I'm gonna give an honest answer about this. This and a growing Lego collection that I have, but this as the true catalyst might alter my this may necessitate a change in my sort of displays behind me.
Wow.
So
I like it.
Yeah, because I mean that has to be there.
It's
you should
worthy.
put her in different places every week.
Every week. Well, I don't. Well, I mean the. Oh, and did I not lead with this? Yeah, this has moved several times since it's arrived. Like it was in my bed with me this morning. It was while I was cooking, I looked up and it was sitting right at the base of the. Whoa, hype train! Thanks everyone. My goodness, there's a lot going on.
Hype.
Well, thank you all so much. Thank you Sophia for that, and thank you everyone for hyping. And I know we usually do our thanks at the end, but Bridger, I saw you did a ton of donated things, so thanks for that. I'm sure people will enjoy watching this channel and being able to use a few more emotes, etc., etc. Another thing that we do here, guys, we are at the very last day of the Lost Caverns calendar. Now, guessing is harder on account of all 3 of the full sets have now been revealed. We've had all of the gemstone, we've had all of the hammer, we've had all of the cave spider. They're all there. We're going to open our final one tonight. There have been 2 unique dice. One was our fishbone D6, where you roll it and the number of fish bones on the cartoonish fish that determines your roll. The other one that we got last night, no one guessed because how could they, was a torch D4. So this is very traditional D&D cave exploration vibes. We have a torch, we have a fish, we have hammers and gems and spiders. Dan is not here tonight, as we can all tell. He has given me his guess for what is in here tonight, and it is, he believes we are going to see a minecart D20. So if anybody else wants to attempt to guess what is in this final thing, I think there may be more than one. There might be multiple dice in here also. But if anybody would like to guess, you're welcome to. I see in chat, Downer and Saber, on brand, is throwing out a sword D8. And Zane knows a thing or two about swords.
I think it'll be like a special thing.
It will be a special thing, but you have to guess what the special thing would be. It's an impossible task.
Like a health bar.
A health potion. What size?
I don't know.
Well, pick a number that is a dice size.
Oh, D8.
So you think a D8 health. Galliner and Saber saying a D8 sword. Dan is saying a minecart D20. Would anybody else like to hazard a guess before I pop this sucker open?
Like a mace D20.
Mace D20. And I will accept if it is like a spiked ball mace, I'll accept that, or if it is like pepper spray, I'll also accept that. Or if it's the spice mace, I'll expect that too. I'll accept that as well.
Ooh, a triple threat.
And if it is just Mace Windu from Star Wars, I will be shocked, but I'll accept it.
That'll be amazing.
All right. Do you want to do a guess? Saying you don't have to by any means, Moses.
I didn't listen to the. Is there any type of context, or is it just anything?
I suspect it will be something that has to do with like medieval cave exploration or traditional D&D stuff based on what's been out so far.
It'll be a Nighthead D6.
Nighthead D6. All right, so we have Nighthead D6, Mace D20, Minecart D20, Sword D8, Health Potion D8. Let's see what's in here. Oh, it looks like some D4s. Okay, so first of all, I'm pretty sure this one is either UV or light up. It is like toadstools, mushrooms.
Oh, how fun.
So a mushroom D4. Whoa, and it looks like, oh my god, it's I think we're going to have a bunch of different mushroom D4s all crammed into this one together in different colorings. That is what we have.
There's fungus among us.
There is fungus among us. Okay. Wow, there are 5 D4s. So, no one guessed 5 mushroom toadstool D4s, and had you, I would have assumed you were cheating. I am going to say the person who was closest I actually think was Lauren, because mushrooms could be involved in the making of a healing potion. I'm going to roll all 5 of these right here. We'll see what kind of, this will be a... Imagine this is a 3rd degree magic missile, and I'm rolling them all separate rather than rolling one and doing it together. Wow! That's a pretty good roll, though. That's 2 4s, 2 3s, and a 1. So, what does that add up to? Like 14, 15? Not bad. Well, cool. Well, here ends the Lost Taverns. This was a lot of fun, but now the new year is coming, and I have no advent calendars left, and I'm sad. So, I think that's kind of the point of life. Have fun and then get sad that the fun is over. Well, let's go ahead and start talking about what happened 2 weeks ago in this game. But also maybe from even before that, on account of not all the players have been here this whole time, although you guys wouldn't have been party to all of this. But basically, in our previous sessions, 2 long dead characters were revived by Count Dracula. They were not who he was intending to find. He was looking for one spirit, but instead he brought back S.A. Rawlings, who he suspects is maybe tied to the spirit he brought back. He also brought back a young woman named Zeke Thomas, who had not been seen since our session 9 or something, earliest days. He sort of let them head off. Well, he actually never spoke to Zeke. He spoke to Rawlings for a while. The 2 of them went off. They encountered the fleecing schemester, who gave them quarter briefly in his house before sending them on their way. They then came to a train stop and boarded a steam train that was coming through, labeled the Dreadland Express. At first, they were not sure how they were going to sort of pay their way aboard this train, but when their names were entered into the book, the undead sort of kind of white, as in the old-fashioned kind of intelligent undead, WIGHT, kind of conductor of the train sort of looked and said, beings of your nature are given free passage in first class. So they were whisked aboard, where they met 2 other first-class passengers. They met Reginald Smuggles, a very dashing gentleman who was incredibly polite and liked to pull out the chairs for everyone. They also met Preston Bullock, who was a man in a snow coat with a flannel shirt and a giant thick beard, sipping whiskey with a southern accent. This is who Jeremy was playing. They sort of chatted with these people a bit, learned somewhat where they were from, but their sort of first night there was cut short when another member of the first-class lounge was found to be dead with a knife in the chest There has been a murder, said the conductor, but fortunately the greatest detective in the Dreadlands is aboard the train. This murder, however, did not stop dinner, and everyone had to dress formally, even Zeke, who refused to wear a dress, but she did put on a tuxedo, but then she wore her leather jacket instead of the tuxedo jacket. And I think that literally caused Reginald Smuggles to faint when he saw that, when she arrived. But as they sort of had this fine dinner, which was in many ways Rawlings' nightmare, because so much of it was, food, but getting the message, the chef then sort of turned everything into smoothies for him, so he had all the rest of the courses as smoothies. We met a new figure here. We met Astrid St. James, a woman in a sequined gown with a fur coat, a bob haircut, angular features, drinking a dirty martini. Astrid was very, very forthcoming that she is from Heistales, and ever since Dahlia the Heartless came to power, her movie career days were over. So a contact of hers got her a booking aboard this train so she could maybe seek another place to be. But then another individual came, a small goblin named Miss Penelope Berrycloth. And she was like a weird goblin thing, although she had kind of like dolphin-like real smooth skin. She sat down, had a hat with a flower on it. She asked a lot of questions about the murder, who coincidentally was a sort of a fish type entity from the. Oh no, it was a lizard-like creature from Tobaccatos named Penwith. But it became clear to some of the people here that this was probably some kind of detective. We then had a good bit of shenanigans and comedy involving Grave Marshy and Fishhead Row being poked on spoons, knocked onto people's faces, fed to other people. A lot of stuff happened with the Fishhead Row, and yes, these are little caviar of sentient, like what Dank the Chosen was. This was the caviar that he could come from. It's sort of small and glows. So they were eating that at dinner. So there you go. However, Zeke left because she had Fishhead Row on her face. And for a moment, Miss Berrycloth came to check on her, but when she turned around, Miss Berrycloth was gone, and instead was a small little, like, furry monster-link puppet with sideburns, being very fastidious and kind of intense. This was, not so much fastidious, but, like, overbearing, rather. This was more Castle Clark, the greatest detective in history. He would shout, undeniable, whenever things were obvious. He was very rude. He came in sort of smoking his pipe. He said he's already solved the murder. He deduced many things about the chamber, including that there was once a rhinoceros in here. But then he dropped his pipe on the floor when he bent down to pick it up. He emerged as a completely different scaly goblin named Monsieur Pomme, who has big mustaches, and he also wanted to, he was a much more polite, and he was very interested in finishing the meal. But he too is a great detective and was here to work. But then Monsieur Pomme sneezed, and he turned into a little goblin girl with bangs and a sweater named Diana Dare. And she was just so excited to be on a train, and she felt so grown up. But now there's a mystery, she'd better solve it. In any case, Rawlings and Smuggles and Bullock and Astrid St. James all retired to the first-class lounge. Diana Dare set about her investigation. Zeke hung back to check with the conductor, because when she was in the bathroom, she saw a button that had a ghost sign on it. The conductor said, "Oh, people on this train, some people really want to have terrifying, haunting experiences, so you can push ghost buttons and scary things will happen." And Zeke said, "How do I deactivate all the ghost buttons in my bedroom?" And with that, she went to rejoin the others in the lounge. And that is where we left off. So, that being said, though we're kind of keeping our focus a little bit more where it is these days, we're not going to be jumping all around. I might need to check in at Darkmoor College as a sort of prelude to today's episode. There's just something I'd like some people to know about, or kind of there might be a dramatic need to do that.
Oh no.
So I'm going to also recap something that occurred not way back, but in session 121. When basically there was a rather kind of like climactic occurrence in the office of Professor Charles, who had been sort of, already kind of ripped apart in vampiric torture fashions. The ghoul now has a voice and is colorized and can sing, and was singing some of the music from the album Blood from a Stone. Sarah has basically entered the thrall of the ghoul to a certain extent. She has kind of grown to appreciate the ghoul's beautiful music. Some of the others who were there, Penny, she kind of went off. Oh, and our dear friend, Solomon, he's been bitten by the ghoul. He's kind of been, he's going to be sort of turned into a sort of, basically, saying all the wrong names. Sarah gave Solomon some of her blood in hopes of turning him so that he could, not die. But because he was also injured by the ghoul, there may be some things may happen with old Solomon, but we'll sort of get to that later. So Solomon was there, I believe. Everyone else in that room. Oh, and then poor Chenks was just Dan's character was kind of just was not so good. He was pretty dead by the end of that, I believe. But then Wednesday showed up, was very, very upset, and she was able to resist the ghoul, and she rushed out of the room, leaving sort of Sarah standing there with the ghoul and over the corpse of Reginald. I'm trying to confirm. Did I believe that Dan's character died? There's no way he didn't die, right?
I think you didn't show it, but he did.
I'm almost positive he died.
I think he's dead.
Oh, he is dead, but he's not dead. He's a ghoul. I'd forgotten all about that. He is also a ghoul. Fable, so sorry about this recap of a thing for long before you sort of joined. It's just the last time we checked in there. So the point is, he is not dead. He is a ghoul as well. Solomon has been sort of ghoulified or vampirified. We're not completely sure what's going on. And Chenks ate most of what was left of Penny, though it is possible that her mind has reached out into a new thing. So, at this point, Sarah is standing there enraptured by the ghoul. There's another ghoul of Chenks in the room. Really wish he'd changed that name. In the room, kind of moving around, and Solomon has been deceased. The ghoul has sort of finished his song. He was singing the song "Tear You Apart at the Dreams," which has some lyrical flourishes that I love. But it is there that we're actually going to be sort of cutting back to that moment or a little after. Right after I deliver today's invocation. So, please join me for the invocation for Chapter 125 of Blood from a Stone, A Tale of Love and Dread in RPG. Yonder comes Miss Rosie. How in the hell do you know? I can tell her by her apron and the dress she wore. Umbrella on her shoulder, piece of paper in her hand. She's gonna tell the governor. Turn loose my man. Let the midnight special shine the light on me. Let the midnight special shine the ever-loving light on me. And also join another player here as we hop in. Hello, Liv. You are joining us right when I just did the invocation.
Oh, okay, perfect.
And even better, we're starting with a little prologue elsewhere, so Zeke won't miss a thing.
Perfect.
What is this? What is this, an Aerosmith song about Armageddon? Because I don't want to miss a thing. So.
I liked Deep Impact more.
No,
does Deep Impact have a jam as solid as that?
No, but it has Tia Leone giving a really emotional performance that I love.
Yeah.
Yes. The Biederman comment.
So, we are fully ensconced now. We were gonna have 2 more players tonight.
So ensconced, enshrined, and enshrouded.
If we have more, I'll be fully ensconced because I'll be in the middle. It'll be Brady Bunch. So, I just did the recap of what's gone on, and then I also just did a bit of a recap of the last time we saw Sarah Quill, because we are going to check it with Sarah Quill for a moment here.
Ooh, most excellent.
Sarah Quill, you stand there, sort of with the ghoul kind of finishing the song. Wednesday has rushed off. You do not care for Wednesday, on account of how you think your husband was fooling around with her without you, which is not cool.
Correct.
The body of Solomon is on the ground. You would need to probably bury him in earth full of plant, so that he could sort of have the full transformation, although the fact that he's been ghoul-eaten may alter things, as we've said. The ghoul is simply sort of standing there, just like humming softly. But then, Sarah Quill, you see a familiar glow coming down the hallway, and soon your angelically handsome husband, Etienne Rene, is standing at the door, looking at this. Looking at the ghoul. Looking at sort of, he casts an eye to Chenks. Chenks looks at him and just kind of, But he looks at the ghoul and looks at what the ghoul is holding and says, "My wife, my darling, I think you have outdone yourself now. Oh, you have done very well. This is perfect."
What do you mean?
Oh, I knew that marrying you would tie me to someone who is both clever and effective. Yes. This ghoul has altered, has he not, thanks to what he is holding here. Do you know what it is he holds, my love? Do you see this? It is a record album, is what it is called. You see this? Has he been singing to you these pretty songs?
Yes.
The ghoul begins to sing, and Etienne just nods politely. And Sarah, I don't know if you have your character sheet up, but give me a psychology roll on your husband.
Oh no. It's a 3.
A 3? Perfect.
Yes.
All right. Sarah, then you know, what is your psychology score? Is it over 60?
No, it's 50.
Okay, I will say that, so it's not a vital success, but it's a strong, strong extreme. So as you hear this, you and Etienne just kind of looks, the expression on Etienne's face, one, unlike you, because you even recognize, it's kind of like can't charm a charmer even though you just were charmed. You know that, like, there is some magical ability of this song to affect the mind. Etienne is completely unaffected by this song. And there is so much recognition and familiarity and almost like a smirk of like, oh yes, this takes me back, that you begin to suspect that maybe, just maybe, your beloved husband had something to do with creating this album. And now that it is being held by the ghoul, being sung, the ghoul is transformed, he is looking at you, and the look on his face at you is pure love and adoration, because you have done something le magnifique. This is perfect, my dear. I have decided that Count Dracula is not a worthy master for you, and anyone who would call you Bug is not someone whose time we need to pay attention to him. Why don't we and our new friends, and he gestures to sort of Chenks and the ghoul, and even like down at the body, or sort of kind of half looking at, he sees the blood, and your new soon-to-be friend, let us abscond now from this place, taking something that Dracula did not even realize he had. My darling, soon you will have everything you have ever wanted.
Yes, dear husband, but we must bury Solomon.
Oh, of course. If we want him to transform into a thrall for you, this is why we must go quickly and now. We cannot delay. We cannot be delayed by the brides of Dracula. They are pathetic little things compared to you. Not a one of them has uncovered this, are they?
No.
No. He walks to you and he kind of pulls you close and he kisses you.
She will give in, but she's still very
Sure.
confused.
He sort of pulls back and kind of just, I will, unless, well, perhaps the ghouls should not carry the corpse if they get a little peckish, though. And the ghoul's like, oh, kind of just like, kind of wants to eat. And it's like, yeah, you do it. So Etienne picks up Solomon's body and says, come, my love, my new friends. Let us fly from this place. Let us fly from the grip of Dracula. Let us seek new quarter elsewhere. Let us celebrate what brilliance my beloved wife has wrought. And Monsieur Ghoul, please hold tight this album, yes. It is what we call a rare print. An uncommon pressing. Mon ami, come. Sarah, will you go with him?
She will. Yeah. She is going to hesitate.
Okay.
I'll just say that, but she will go. And not because she's unwilling to go, but she's confused about what she perceived going on.
Indeed. Well, I mean, your mind is all addled from the ghoul. I'm sure that's just it. But your husband loves you, Sarah, and that is the most important thing. A good man is hard to find.
Oh, God.
And isn't it so great when someone that handsome and that glowing and that good with his tongue and fingers says to you that you are brilliant? Isn't that just such a good feeling? Okay, so anyway, let's go to a train, shall we? Meanwhile, or days later, elsewhere, elsewhen. We will say that in the lounge where you all have sort of returned to after dinner, Zeke was going to be a few minutes or Zeke just stayed back so she could be stepping there. After a few minutes in the lounge, just for convenience sake, I am going to say that Rawlings, having, even by his standards, with it being a liquid meal, he's partaken more than usual, so he makes his excuses and goes to his room, and kind of feeling like he's not in the mood for polite company, and since he's in his other flannel shirt, I'll say that Preston does the same. Those two gentlemen will head to their rooms, Preston Bullock and S.A. Rawlings. So the rest of you are basically Astrid and Reginald and Zeke. You are sort of sitting there in the lounge. That one undead bartender will sort of smile at you, provide you with whatever drinks you'd like. Outside, the night is rushing past, but soon, you notice that outside there are lights in the distance of a station. You're making your way there. Actually, Lauren, would you please roll a d13 for me? I know that you're not feeling well, so I just would like to lay it onto you further, my friend.
That is a 5.
Perfect. All right. As you guys sort of pull up, You notice that this station seems to be on a sandy beach. You can see some palm trees illuminated in lighting that can only be described as very sexy. Those of you with any knowledge of the plains believe that you are pulling up to the voluptuous stop.
Zeke would not have knowledge of this, so...
You would not, no. So you would just kind of think...
Astrid? Yeah.
Astrid, I think you would have heard... I think we said you've heard of some of the places, but I'm not sure if this one in particular... You've probably heard of it, and you might recognize it as you sort of see in very, very, in very sultry lettering. It says Voluptuous Station.
Would I know?
Reginald, I think you would... I think you're all... None of you have been here. You're all familiar with the concept. As you're doing this, the conductor enters from the side, and he's kind of heading back to a different sort of cabin and walking, and he'll sort of say, good evening, everyone. I hope that you're having a nice time here I hope that you're all having a nice time here in the lounge. I just want to let you know we are about to stop at the Voluptuous Station. Under normal circumstances, we would stay for a bit, but we are on a bit of a timetable. And given the murder that has just occurred, we are going to be picking up some new passengers, but excursions are discouraged. We will not be stopping for long. That being said, if any of you wish to change your booking and disembark now for some voluptuous fun, you are of course more than welcome to do so. We will tell the porters.
I will not partake.
Perfect.
It's very ungentlemanly.
Oh, yes. Voluptua is a most ungentlemanly place, and unladylike for that matter. For example, see those two, and he'll just point to, two people who are in the very soft-core way, they're going at it, but you can't see anything, but it's like Skinamax, you never actually see anything, but it's there's a lot of grinding. And they're just doing that up against one of the station walls.
How uncouth.
Indeed.
He doesn't even have his love-making blazer.
The conductor will pause for a moment and say, just so. Zeke, you do witness this pair of people out there just going at it.
I sure hope when you say love-making blazer, you mean...
Oh, no. No. I mean a jacket, yes.
Do you mean to say you have a love-making jacket?
It's a little more casual, so I call it a blazer. We are love-making. I have to be a little more loose, right?
Alright, whatever. I'm not here to kink shame. Are we gonna warn the new passengers that there was maybe a murder on the train? Are we sure we should be picking up more people?
It is a very reasonable question, but I will take the lead of the great detective on that point.
Which one?
What is that? Forgive me, I must go. The conductor kind of looks at you and then just goes off. So at this point, the train stops, and we will sort of cut as the conductor opens the sort of door of the train, and there are 3 individuals standing on the platform. I will let Medina and Everett decide if in the couple of hours you've spent in Voluptua, I feel like the answer for Medina is absolutely not, and the answer for Everett will be yes. But if you indulged in any Voluptuan activities, and if you would like to now be wearing bikini tops and/or floral print shirts.
Absolutely not.
Medina has not.
Medina is in her same clothes.
All right, so Medina is still in her same clothes. Everett, are you now wearing some? Have you been sexified? I mean, not
Everett he's now wearing cut-off jean shorts.
Okay.
And a dirty white tank top.
He's not allowed to do anything. He's not allowed to do anything.
That's true. If you
How
came
dare
here,
you,
actually, yeah, Everett, you do remember the voice of Dracula in your mind going, Everett, I see that you have entered a place of hedonism and lust. I want you to watch. I want you to crave participation with the knowledge that you get only 3 pumps and no satisfaction. Not until we are united, my friend.
Yes, master. Three pumps it is.
3 pumps to be distributed whenever and wherever you choose, but it is all you can have this day. But I want you to see the flesh, the throbbing bodies, is the strategically placed lens flares as these people go to town on one another. I wanted to feel a fire in your loins that you know only I can release when the time is right.
Master, I just can't wait to see you. This is going to be a lot for me, but I promise I'll do it. Only 3 pumps. And when we're talking about 3 pumps, like, okay, like there's different pumps. Like I pumped somebody, so that's like a whole pumping session. Or are we talking about like 3 individual pumps here?
Because you have been such a worthy servant so far, and because your spying is so effective, I'm going to say that each pump, though with only your hand, you may count both up and down.
Oh, thank you, kind master. This is one of the most generous things that you've done for me in the last 15 minutes.
I appreciate how well you remember this, Everett Clantain.
Yes, Dracula. Over and out, Dracula. I'll see you later, okay?
I'm sure you can't hardly wait. Yep. Okay, so that's a thing that still is happening. I'll say that meanwhile, so that's just been in Everett's head. Medina, what is your energy having sort of waited here in Voluptua for a couple hours?
I have literally just been waiting on the train station platform.
The boxer is standing here, with his bag, and he's kind of like, "Are you sure we don't hey, Medina, maybe we could just for a minute just go over and he is now shirtless, and he looks very good shirtless on account of he's a literal boxer, but he has like a lei around his neck, and probably some sunglasses on his head, and those were just things people put on him. There's also probably some body chocolate somewhere, but that was literally just in passing that got slapped on. But he's just sort of the train's not gonna be here for should we just
No, you can't.
Look, they're doing a limbo.
I don't care. I don't like doing the limbo.
I'm not leaving you alone here. The soldier of fortune's gonna kill me if anything happens to you.
Okay. Well, also, how is getting on this train going to help?
It's safe. We said we're going somewhere safe, right?
What is this train called again?
Dreadland Express.
Ah, okay.
Hey, I never needed it before because I can go through the mist on my own. I don't need a train to do it, but the train's safe is my point. And he kind of jingles the dread coins in the bag you guys have. We got the money now.
Yeah, you're
welcome. Hey, look, here's Everett.
By the way.
Hey, Everett, did you participate? You just been watching.
Oh, well, I got 3 pumps in.
Whoa, bro, I like it. I like your style, man.
Oh my god.
Yeah. How about you? Did you get any pumps in?
No, I had to stay here with Medina so she didn't get murdered, so I don't get in trouble.
Oh, how'd you get the lei then?
Some girl put it on me while I walked past.
And you didn't do anything?
Nah, I wanted to, but I couldn't because Medina said.
I didn't say you couldn't. You can do whatever the hell you want. I just don't want to participate.
Listen, Medina.
Look at them. They're making it. Go with them.
Medina, nobody said you're a cocktease. It's fine.
What?
No one said it. I didn't even say it. I didn't even say it. God, no one said it. Jeez. I'm just ready. Oh, look, here comes the train. So, flashback to now the train's here. The conductor gets off and says, "Good eve. Oh my!" And he's like, "Yeah. I know we usually don't take a train, but we are allowed to, right? I'm kind of trying to travel in style with some, you know what I mean." "Oh well, of course yes, mistwalkers typically do not board, but you are welcome, especially if and kind of at this, the boxer jingles the thing and says, "Don't worry, I'm not trying to get a free room or anything. That being said, we'd like to travel in a little bit of style, if you know what I mean. I'm certainly doing a first class room."
Separate rooms.
I'll sleep with whoever. I don't care.
Oh, okay. Do you want your own room?
Well, is it free?
Well, it's extremely expensive, but I'm paying for it.
Oh, I'll take my own room then, please. Can I get a bottle of champagne on ice, please, Mr. Conductor? By the way, what crawled up your ass?
Are you asking that to the conductor?
Yes.
Or me. Oh.
The conductor sort of looks at you and says, "I was not buried long enough for many worms or spiders to crawl inside of me."
Oh, Okay, we're done with this conversation. Just show us to our rooms or whatever.
Interesting. Well, I'll need your names. He sort of ushers you onto the train at this little desk, and he pulls out like a book and sort of asks you to sign your names in the book.
I'll look at the boxer.
The boxer's like, I don't have to do that, right? He goes, no, of course you don't. Given your... no problem. But your guests, please. And he'll sort of gesture.
What am I signing?
Your name.
No, what is this?
It's the register of the train. It's like a passenger list.
She'll just put an ML, like scribble.
You notice, Medina, as you do that, the letters, because this happened to other people, the letters then begin to like form into your actual name. It becomes more legible and kind of... but no word appears after yours. That being said, Medina, give me a look roll as you're sort of looking at this. Everett, he'll then sort of hand the pen to you.
96.
Oh, and I didn't even explain this game to you guys. So, welcome to the Track 50 system. Here, doing our Dreadlands Express. So, what you're trying to do, when in doubt, you want to roll a 50. You're always trying for the middle. So, Medina, you're looking so hard that like you're so overwhelmed, like you're just, your eyes are like burning because you're just freaking out about all this, and you don't wind up sort of seeing much more on the page. You can't believe that. You're like looking away in shock. Everett, do you just sign your name?
In the finest cursive he knows.
Your name doesn't shift very much. It accepted your handwriting and kind of embossed it or goldified it a bit. There are some other names in the book. The boxer is meanwhile going through and talking to the conductor and like just handing him a bunch of dread coins, and then he pulls out a few more and goes, and like, don't worry, we'll be free with these, but just for your trouble, thank you. And the conductor says, oh, thank you very much. Let me show you all to your rooms. No other luggage other than... Boxer's like, nope, just this. And so he'll show you guys in, and sure enough, the door opens and you all see Astrid St. James looking like a fancy Heistalese lady, Reginald Smuggles wearing very kind of like fancy gentleman clothes of a bygone era, and Zeke Thomas, a young woman who is wearing a tuxedo with a leather jacket, like a studded leather jacket over it. And she's kind of sitting there, and the boxer kind of walks in and sees them all, and the conductor is carrying his bag for him. Everett, who is again wearing cutoffs, and Medina, who's just wearing like kind of just normal street clothes, and this boxer who's shirtless with a lei around his neck, and he's got like sunglasses on, but he's like really, oh my god, I didn't even realize this. And Reginald, you tell immediately as this guy walks on that this is a boxer. You are 100% sure that you are looking at a boxer. In fact, I would like you to make an analyze roll. So roll your D100. You're looking for... I'm going to give you actually tell you what, I'm going to roll a D10 to expand this for you slightly. Because it is your... Yeah, okay, so I'm going to give you a 9-point bonus to your gauge. So give me a D100 roll.
60.
With a 60, you are within the sort of gauge of this, and you are pretty confident that this is definitely a very good boxer. This is a really good, professional, athletic boxer.
Is he better than me?
Yes.
Damn.
You think you could go with this, but like you almost have a sense of like, this is that guy I've always heard about. This is literally, this is the boxer.
I guess he is technically the boxer.
Yeah, he's the guy. You could probably you would consider it a victory for yourself, and you think you probably could do it of not getting like you guys could box and he would probably win on points, but maybe you could stand in and not get knocked down. You could have a real Rocky victory, like a personal victory. Yeah.
I will rush over to give this man a firm handshake.
Oh, hey.
I wanted to actually. Can it be Predator style? Like when they clasp hands on the biceps, or
absolutely, you can do that. The boxer will instinctively go into one, be like, oh, hey,
my good man, I could see you from across the cart.
Oh,
your build, the way you carry yourself. A
Oh,
fighter indeed.
oh, you a pugilist?
I am.
Oh, great. Hey, what's your name, man?
Reginald Smuggles.
Perfect. They call me the boxer, so Reginald
That's-
Smuggles. Man, that's a cool name.
Who are your companions?
He'll gesture to them.
Ladies first.
Medina, and she'll go wait by the conductor.
Okay, over at the door. Her name's Medina. She's like we're not together for the record. Just like she doesn't even want anyone to like think that for a second.
Ah, Miss Medina.
Like
Nice to meet you.
I don't care if people think
I'll
it.
wave
She
as you walk
really
away.
doesn't want people to think it.
Well,
And you?
I'm Everett Plantain, and I think she's depressed, actually, like really irritable. That's what happens.
Oh,
I must say, your
That's
legs
what
are
happens
looking.
when what?
Well, everything's happening at once.
I was going to say your legs look amazing in those jean shorts.
Oh, why, thank you. Oh, do you like my boots, too? I call them my shit kickers.
I'm going to like get down. I see a smudge on his boot. I'm going to wipe it and say, now they're perfect.
You are such a gentleman. Well, and your name is Reginald?
Reginald Smuggles.
And you punch people for a living?
I do.
Yeah. I bet. Hey, Reginald, like you probably your fighting stance, like because I fight like this, you probably fight like this, right? Is that your stance?
Actually, no, actually I don't.
Oh, interesting. All right. Given you get up, I figured you were the kind of that way, which is interesting. I can do it. I can do this, but I sort of prefer this. Awesome. Great.
Well, and your friends are, Reginald?
I'll let them introduce themselves.
Astrid walks forward and she's still holding her drink because that's who she is as a person.
Yeah.
She holds her drink and she walks up specifically to the boxer.
Yeah.
And holds out her hand and says, "Astrid St. James, you look like a rather fine specimen of a man.
Oh.
What might be your name?"
I'm just the boxer. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I do a little fighting, Miss St. James. Yeah, you seem like a fancy lady. Fancy ladies sometimes like me on account of how I'm not very fancy. It's like an opposites thing. So yeah, I get it. It's fine. You're
Can
also you're a real fine specimen too. On account of you're a lady or whatever.
Yeah. And then same thing to Medina and Everett.
Hi.
Oh, nice to
Hello.
meet you.
Plantain, like the fruit.
Absolutely. It goes really nicely on rice. I don't eat it very often, but I just like to know about it because it's my last name.
Right. That's an interesting family name you've got there, Mr. Plantain.
Yeah, thank you. And St. James, are you your family own a liquor bottle or something? Or maybe a pair of shoes? Type of shoes maybe?
No, just from the general European French area. It's from all
Oh.
over, darling.
Oh, sounds very quaint and adventurous at the same time.
Yes.
Well, and who's your other friend?
This is Zeke. You want to introduce yourself, Zeke?
Zeke, why is she depressed?
I'm not depressed.
Irritable, yes. Travel
That's
with
kind
this
of
guy for 2 hours. You'll be irritated too.
Which
That
guy?
is-
Are you pointing at Everett or me? I can't even tell. Which one of us?
You,
Me?
the boxer.
What did I even do? All I didn't do anything.
You tried to get me to have a threesome or orgy with you.
I genuinely did not. I didn't ask you to do anything.
You asked me to go with you.
No, I said I couldn't not be next to you on account of if you get killed, I
And
get
in
in
a room
trouble.
watching you fuck people.
Well, I didn't want. Oh God.
It's not so bad.
Oh my god.
Ching.
I don't
I'm
really
sorry.
want you to watch either, quite frankly, Medina. I just didn't want you to be. It's fine. I didn't do it, did I? Hey, Medina,
No.
did I do it?
No, but you kept asking.
I didn't even ask that many times. It was hours we were standing there. I might have commented on it a couple of times.
Zeke, was it?
Oh my God.
Zeke, that's your name?
Yeah.
Where are you from? Wait, would I recognize that her clothing is similar to mine?
You would, yes. You would notice her clothing is similar to yours.
Okay. Where are you
Well,
from?
but I'm in the tux. Well, but the
Oh,
jacket.
that's true. The jacket looks familiar. The rest, also the way she's wearing the tux, it all just feels your world. Yeah.
I'm from town, paradise.
Huh.
By the way, if they're trying to get you into a threesome, they should at least be offering you some poppers or something. But apparently,
Well,
What?
okay. Where are our rooms?
Oh, this way, of course. I'm having our porters. He's actually handed off the bag to a porter, and like he's got some keys that he's pulling out and sort of saying, "You'll be in not this next car, but the car beyond. Your 3 first-class cabins will be found. You and the boxer have an adjoining room, but like Miss Thomas's room, you can lock it from your side in case. I have now heard that the two of you are not together, but I wasn't sure. Again, the way you're fighting, it made me think you might be."
No.
wait, did we clarify you're not supposed to lock us in from the outside?
So, your rooms will be this way, and he sort of hands you guys keys to your doors, and says, "Yes, and they should be finished in a few moments. Until then, here is the champagne." And suddenly, Medina, a terrifying, like rictus-faced undead, just smiling, shows up
Okay.
with a tray of champagne.
She'll grab one.
Turns to Everett.
Don't mind if I do. Thank you. You have a nice smile.
Astrid finishes her drink and then grabs the champagne.
And he kind of turns it over to the boxer. He's like, no, it's fine, it's fine.
We'll grab the one that was going to.
Sure, yeah, you can just grab another champagne. The conductor says, "Your rooms will be ready soon. In the meantime, Passenger Lake, if you would like to have a seat on the divan, perhaps not in this chair," and he gestures to the chair that Penwith had been in earlier, "but in any of these other seats, please wait a moment. Your cabins will be ready soon enough."
Wrong with that chair.
Oh, it is, well, it's the site of a... It is still under
Someone
investigation.
died in it.
Precisely.
Oh,
Fucking great. Medina would know about the murder on the Orient Express, right?
Medina would. No
Okay.
one else would, but Medina would, yes.
She'll say, "Oh, fucking great. This is just a murder on the Orient Express, but murder on the Dreadland Express, making it even more horrifying. Fantastic. This is so good." And she's gonna chug the champagne.
It would be possible Zeke would know if she'd read it.
So that book doesn't exist in Paradise.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing. Like you would have read you could have read a similar equivalent, but generally speaking, no real, very
Murder
few
on
real
the
books.
Sub-Saharan Express.
Something like that, yeah, exactly. Murder on the Midnight Special. But as this is happening, Medina, do you have a seat?
Yes.
The boxer will kind of he'll sort of sit down, like near you. He's like
She doesn't mind if he sits near her or
Yeah.
anything. She's like used to him. She just wants him to shut up.
But the boxer just says, "Excuse me, Mr. Conductor, just can you repeat one thing for me? I thought this train was safe, right? So somebody got killed here?" And he says, "Oh yes, we've had a murder, unfortunately." "Okay, because I kind of came to this train specifically to keep kind of gestures to Medina, this one from getting killed, because if she gets killed, I get like a stern talking to him, maybe a bullet." And he says, "Oh well, rest assured, you all are in no danger. After all, the great detective is aboard and is on the case as we speak." And speaking of whom, Zane, would you please roll a d13?
Oh,
yeah,
no.
baby. It's a 1.
A 1.
It's a 1.
The door flies open, and a sort of 3-foot tall. So, by the way, the numbers are all different now because last time there were only like however many. There's 13 of them now. The door flies open, and there is a sort of small, kind of monsterling Muppet creature with very furry, big sideburns. Wearing Gone is the sort of tuxedo now, is wearing kind of a brown, sort of hunting outfit with a deerstalker cap, clutching a pipe, and sort of Morecastle Clark strides in and says, "Yes, Mr. Conductor, I'm on the case indeed. So far, I've come to many interesting conclusions. You see, the murder, as I said, I've already solved. It is not difficult to understand who has committed this murder. What I'm interested in is the why, and who put them up to it, and which of you, and he sort of gestures to everyone here, is going to be next. Oh, forgive me, I see we have new arrivals. He walks up to Everett and says, I am Morecastle Clark, the most brilliant detective in all the realms. And who might you be?
I am Everett Plantain, the most horse caretaker you've ever laid eyes upon.
Yes.
Nice to meet you and
You
be
are-
at your service.
You are a horse caretaker, I can tell that. By your gait, the scent that's upon you. You also seem not to have relieved yourself in a certain amount of time, in a certain manner of speaking. I deduce that you are in some kind of psychosexual relationship with someone who is controlling you. in
Oh
an
my
aggressive
God.
Way.
You are so good.
It is undeniable. I am Morecastle Clark, the greatest detective in the world. He walks over, he kind of walks, but again, since he's a Muppet, it's like, ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. He comes over to the boxer next and goes, you are a Mistwalker, which means... It means the game is truly a game, because you see, with a Mistwalker here, a Mistwalker is able to pass through the mists without any effect, meaning that though these new individuals have arrived, they're still suspects in the murder. Don't you see the brilliance of it? Commit a murder, get off the train, appear at the train later, board the train, act like you've been waiting for a while when review leapt off the roof. I'm not saying that's what happened, I'm simply saying that until you eliminate the impossible, you don't know all the probabilities that remain. He turns to Medina. You.
Yeah. Medina, I do not need you to tell me anything about myself. Thank you.
Oh, I don't even need to say it aloud. I already know it. And suffice it to say, the ghost you've been seeing will appear on this train. Rest assured, whatever hauntings you've had will be magnified here.
Can I advise don't press any of the ghost buttons, by the way?
There's ghost buttons.
There's ghost buttons.
Man, I was hoping we could play a trick on Everett later. Press the ghost button in his room.
Absolutely. Listen, if you're gonna do that, I'm not here.
It's just little ghosties.
I'm down.
Absolutely not.
Ghosts are not in my experience.
We've seen a lot on this train.
But ghosties sound fun.
I mean, you've never done like a seance and had little ghosties fly around the room?
Oh, would you all like a seance?
No.
That is something we do provide aboard this train if you'd like a seance.
Is that one of the amenities?
I'm
It is one
good.
of yes, it is one of the activities.
An amenity?
We
An
can
activity?
provide seances. We can even, this is after all the Dreadland Express, our seances can range from merely bone-chilling to catatonia-inducing.
Ooh, how fun. What do you recommend?
Oh, well,
Spine tingling.
I think that if you've gotten aboard a train of this kind, you're not here to go ahead and indulge a bit. I could arrange a seance for you that would leave you all whimpering messes for the rest of your soon-to-be short lives.
Opt out of
Thank
this
you,
activity. I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Is it free?
Boxer says, well, there is an additional charge, but I'm sure your benefactor could foot the bill. The boxer kind of leans over to Medina and says, what seance? Is that a dance? Is that a dance? I don't know how to say
No,
it.
it's like where you summon ghosts. And I personally would not like that.
It's a dance where you summon ghosts?
It's not a dance.
Oh,
Well, I don't know if they do dances. I don't know. Is this some sort of like murder mystery dinner train?
Wait,
Is
what's a
this a
murder
show?
mystery dinner train?
It's like where there's actors and they pretend that there was a murder and you have to figure out who it is.
Can we hear them whispering?
I would say so.
Yeah.
It's like a whole thing. It's like entertainment.
I mean,
No, I can say pretty definitively that there's nothing fake about the murder happening here. And as someone who was murdered, I'm really not looking for that to happen again.
Whoa, what? You know what?
I get the feeling we all have very interesting backstories.
Leave that alone. Yeah, we sure do. Is there more champagne?
The terrifying silent bartender hands you a
Thank you.
glass. In the meantime, Morecastle Clark is over at that chair with a magnifying glass, just peering at it in every possible way. Undeniable. However, as this goes on, Liv, if you could roll me a d13.
Oh no.
I would appreciate it.
I want to ask Astrid if she wants to book that seance.
I do definitely want to book a seance. But not like a trembling in my boots type of like a spine tingling one. I think it'd be fun, don't you, Reginald? Do you mind if I call you Reggie?
Of course.
Wonderful.
Liv,
It's fine to be a little casual every now and then.
Liv, did you really roll an 8?
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yes. Why?
Tonight you are my favorite.
No, what did I do?
Are we dead?
So basically,
We're
as
going
this
back.
is happening, Morecastle like passes behind the chair, and suddenly you guys hear like a whooshing of whooshing of the leather, and kind of stepping out from the other side of the chair, you see a masked, caped figure.
Oh.
Batman?
It's a small goblin, about 2.5 feet tall. The sort of skin is kind of like, goblin sticky. He's wearing a cowl that's shaped sort of like a black bird, with like a bird beak coming down over it. He's got a big black cape. He has a bird symbol on his chest, which on his gray thing, he's wearing like underwear. He's got a utility belt, and he sort of comes out there, and he sort of says, "Seance. It's not worth it. Won't get your family back. Won't get your parents back. If they're
Okay,
murdered."
this is either Clint Eastwood, Rorschach,
They're
or
gone.
Batman, and I don't know which one.
It's all gone. All that's left is crime. All that's left is punishment.
Oh, he's Batman.
Does Batman exist in paradise?
No,
She's just whispering this to the boxer.
not Batman. I'm Raven Man.
What?
I'm the knight. I
You're
am
a bird?
vengeance.
A bird goblin?
Yes, Father, I will become a bird. Bats are birds. Did you know that?
Did birds kill your parents?
How'd you know my parents died?
Just a wild guess.
He
You
sort
don't
of
call me
leaps.
Daddy.
He leaps across and like lands like right in front of you. And even though he's small, he's very intense. And Raven Man just goes, "You don't really know. You haven't seen terror in the streets. I try to keep people like you safe, but there's nothing but horrors out there.
Yep.
I didn't say horrors.
There
I
is
said
not-
horrors,
Horrors.
There
Yeah.
are nothing but holes out there.
terrors. Right
Well,
out there.
yeah,
That's
speaking of-
voluptua.
Voluptuous. Yeah.
A lot of
Everyone's
crime and
voting.
voluptua.
The heron we want.
We should leave this place. All of you should turn back. There's nothing for you here. If we go down this road, it's just murderers and psychopaths.
We're technically on a train track, but I understand.
Then if you go down this track, you should get off at the next stop. That's all I'm saying.
What's the next stop?
Doesn't matter. Better than here.
Kinda does. I mean, the one we got on, a dozen or so zombies tried to eat us, so it kind of matters.
Zombies are nothing compared to what's here. You
Oh,
haven't
great.
seen true evil. He looks at you and then goes, "Wait, maybe you have.
Pretty sure I have.
Is this part of the seance, Reginald?
You
I
were
don't
killed.
know.
Is
What?
this like the introduction?
Someone killed you.
This one's a lot more
Yeah.
intense.
And also
enjoying it.
popped the head of my friend like it was a pimple.
Who did this?
This French angel dude named Etienne.
Just-
Listen to me.
Medina knows Etienne, right? Like she.
Were you there when Etienne was there? Did Sarah Quill show up? I looked through the I genuinely can't remember.
God.
We all need cheat sheets.
Was I don't know that Medina and Sarah Quill ever overlapped. Did they? They might have.
They were in the same room or same area at one point. I just
Sure.
don't know if they interacted.
The point is, he looks at you, Zeke, and says, "You will have vengeance. I am vengeance. I am the bird that says nevermore. I will find the one who did this. I'll make him pay. Also, I kill. I don't have a line." He goes back over and starts looking at the chair some more.
He's like committed to the bit, like Raven Man. I like it. I think he's cute, and he's real small and compact, and I think he could really make an impact here on whatever mystery or crime he's trying to solve.
It's not the
Definitely
crime.
the one that we deserve.
I want to get... Yeah, that's right. I'm the detective you deserve, but not the one you need right now.
Exactly.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it.
Well, at least you're not the world's best.
No, I am. I'm the world's greatest detective.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't the other guy?
He does this a lot.
What do you mean? I've been here the whole time.
Oh, he changes. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
it's very weird and jarring.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Very fun. I'm enjoying it.
There's a little girl somewhere in there too.
God.
Medina, I am gonna tell you, thanks to Book and Dagger, you never met Etienne, but you do know Etienne because you had a vision of him when you were Wendy Raven. So you know Etienne
That's right.
very
That's
well.
right. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Book.
And you read the credits in the app, so you've seen what he. I mean, you also experienced Wendy Raven and his being weird to you, so you absolutely know that name. So you can speak to Zeke about that now.
Okay. Hey, Zeke.
Yeah.
You mentioned a guy named Etienne.
Yeah, a real bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. I've kind of met him.
And you escaped unscathed?
Kind of. But I mean, I was not murdered or killed. But sorry about whatever happened to you. Did he kill you too?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, kind of. There were gargoyles involved. It's
Oh.
still kind
Oh.
of foggy.
The gargoyles. I've seen
Do
those.
you know them?
Okay. Well, I've encountered lots of things. I visited paradise for a while. Went to school. Long story, but
Do you know how to
Etienne,
get
yeah.
back there? Because, like, I'm just on this. I'm just trying to get back, I guess. Although, I'm gonna have to lay low.
It's not. I don't think it's the same as it was before. Also, we're trying to find a friend. Speaking of, and she'll turn to the boxer. Would it be possible to get messages, send messages from here?
Oh yeah, I think you can like drop off, like you can like write mail. They do all like the old fashioned like what's it called? What's it called when like the ladies in the old stuff are like, I gotta work on my I'm like catching up on my what's it called? What's it called? It's like a
I have no idea.
it's like a long word. It's like,
Yoga
Handwriting?
routine.
yeah, it's like letters, but like the fancy thing. What's it called?
Correspondence.
Yeah, hey, he kind of leans over and like offers you a fist bump. Yeah, that.
Absolutely not.
Wow, okay.
I'll give him a fist bump.
Yeah, this guy gets it.
Never leave someone hanging.
Come on. And Zeke and Medina, you two are like peas in a pod that's really mean to me.
Depression.
It's
Yeah.
not depression. I'm not depressed.
I never said you was depressed. I mean, Ever keeps saying it, so maybe I'm thinking it's true. But I don't think you're depressed. I just think you're like mean to me.
No, listen, man. I just don't hang out with jocks. Supply, sure. Hang, no.
So yeah, it seems like you've got a good to look at, but not the mouth when it moves. It's irritating.
Thank
You're
you.
sa- that's what you're saying about me?
Yes, you, the boxer.
You saying you don't like when I talk?
Yes, please stop now. Thank you.
God, so many people say that. It's so irritating. Yeah,
God,
whatever.
crazy.
Anyway, are we going to do a seance? Are we going to do any activities on this train at all? Or are we just going to listen to him try to figure out the word correspondence?
I mean, drinking is an activity.
That's what I've been doing this whole time since this dinner.
Wait a minute.
Can I call over the help to schedule a seance?
I'll say that he's walking over to you prepare to do that, but go ahead and say what you're going to say, Medina.
She actually needs to talk to the person who would arrange.
Oh, okay.
it.
So the conductor comes over. Well, since Reginald called him, he'll talk to him first. Yes, passenger Smuggles.
Yes. We wanted to have more info about that seance. Is it by
Well, of
appointment
course.
or?
Oh no, we can. Well, here in the first class cabins, we aim to please. We could do a seance as early as tonight, if you would really like one, or
Could be
we
fun.
could wait until tomorrow, if you'd rather rest. I know the hour grows late, although that is often a very good time to contact the other side.
Question about these seances. If you
Yes.
were to summon a ghost, is a part of the package like getting rid of them?
Oh, you want to perform an actual exorcism?
Ooh.
Well, no,
Banishment?
not an exorcism. Just
Oh,
Would the
maybe-
exorcism be more fun?
well.
we're not doing an exorcism.
We did have a murder, and then we do the seance and we call the little ghosty back that was murdered.
Oh yes, Astrid. Yes, I like
Yes,
that.
I.
Yeah.
Raven Man says, That won't solve anything. If you do that, you'll wind up with another body and more questions. All I want is answers and justice.
Why do you... Look, I don't want to go summoning any ghosts, but seeing as I was technically dead and brought back, I guess that's a little bit hypocritical, but why wouldn't that help? Are you saying he didn't know who killed him?
I'm saying that everything here isn't what it seems. You're all playing a game. You haven't even learned what the pieces are yet. I know. I see.
Are you going to tell us?
Not yet. Not as
Why?
much sure.
Well, because he thinks one of us did it, so.
Exactly. I can't trust any of you.
Well, 2 of them literally just got on, so I'm pretty sure you can rule them out as suspects.
You can.
Or
He's a
3, I
mist
guess.
walker. He could have been on the train the whole time.
He wasn't. He was trying to get laid in Voluptua.
That's what you say.
Did he have a
Okay,
blazer?
so 2 of them.
Precisely.
Reginald, not everyone needs a blazer.
A nice blazer. It's sheer and see-through.
You can show me later.
I brought a whole
You guys
set.
want the adjoining rooms?
Sorry?
Oh, I was asking if they maybe wanted the adjoining rooms.
Oh, yeah.
Astrid, we can trade.
That'd be lovely, darling, but my room is set up just for me.
Try.
Well, if anybody needs a witness, you know who to call.
Everett, we're. Wow.
They're not getting married.
Oh. Well,
Wait, is that something that
Yeah,
happens in Paradise?
that's weird.
To, like, consummate a marriage, somebody has to witness it? That's super barbaric.
Wait, consummate?
Wait,
Oh.
okay, hold on. Even I know it's not to consummate. She's saying like to get like a that's like a wedding. You
Sorry,
weirdo.
I got confused. Anyway.
Wait,
Cool,
I'm
dude,
the
if you like to
apparently
watch-
I'm the dumb one, and I know that's not what they were saying. What's
the ma-
happening?
No, because Zeke said. Wait, Everett.
Well, I was telling him they're not.
If
getting
I'm
married.
if I'm standing like near these guys, I'm gonna move to Astrid because I feel like we're on the same line.
It's like,
Where
some fault lines are forming.
Yeah.
This is a who's on first, except it's who's on Astrid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, Astrid, do you want another drink?
She agrees and walks over to get a drink.
You guys go to the bar as the other three
Yeah.
are talking about witnessing them in adjoining rooms. Meanwhile, Raven Man is just kind of like still looking at the chair more. He's walking around it real dramatically.
Alright, listen, dude, if you know everything, you know I didn't kill this guy, so like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, who's looking into you?
Wait, who
Yeah,
are
maybe
you
you
talking
did
to?
it.
I'm talking to Raven Man.
Raven Man.
Yeah, we both are.
Raven Man says, "You're right to trust no one. Things aren't what they seem. Especially not on this train.
Weirdly, I actually do trust the boxer.
He's the last person you should trust.
Why?
He's a mist walker.
Well,
Then why should we trust you if we shouldn't trust anyone?
Don't trust me. Don't trust anyone. Although, technically, you can trust me to get vengeance for your murder.
We
The
don't want
rest,
vengeance.
you don't know.
I don't know if I call it our murder.
No. Her. He points at Zeke. You
Oh.
were killed, even though you're back. Etienne must pay.
Okay, well now I trust you.
Yeah, what was it like when you were murdered? Like,
I'm curious too.
Really, really painful.
like where? Like in your midsection or in your head?
Everett, that seems real rude. I don't know the rules around.
I've
all
always
that.
wondered.
I just ask someone where they're murdered.
I mean, it kind of just hurts where you get murdered. I don't know what to tell you.
Where'd you get murdered?
That's
In the head or in the midsection? Or on?
why do you care?
Well, because I'd like to know people. Don't you?
Yeah, but not.
Everett, there's a time and a place. You don't just ask a lady why she was murdered.
Well, I mean, how are we going to get to the bottom of this? I mean, we are now on a quest to figure out the murder, right? So we need to know where Zeke was murdered.
No, different murder.
One murder at a time here. The one on the train is the one we're gonna focus on.
Raven
Zeke-
Man
Oh,
goes. Raven
so
Man
sorry.
says, "Unless they are connected."
I don't think they are.
I think
Are
they may
they?
be. Well, nothing happens by chance, and we are all here for a reason. And I think the first reason is because Zeke was murdered.
Oh my god.
Oh
I
my
can't believe I
God.
didn't see it. He pulls out a grappling and he shoots it out through one of the skylights, which shatters above, and then he flies out.
Is anyone under that skylight?
Everybody make a luck roll. So, actually,
no.
that's too mean. That's too mean. That's too many 13s. Someone will roll.
No, let's do it. Let's do
Everybody
it.
roll a d13. Everybody roll a
Let's
d13.
do it.
I don't have one.
So just roll a d20 until you,
Oh, right,
for me,
right,
it's-
right.
it's Just roll a d20 until you're 13 or lower.
9.
9, 6. Cool.
I rolled another 8.
Great.
2.
2.
I'm sorry, Phil. I got 12.
12. Okay, Reginald, because you have a 12, I will allow you to do something. Astrid is the only person who was standing under the glass. Reginald, if you would like to make a dodge roll, you could try to pull Astrid.
Absolutely.
So please roll your D100
Absolutely.
to prevent Astrid from being hit with glass.
Oh,
What am I rolling for? Or dodge?
It's dodge. So you're trying to roll between. You have a 50-50 shot of this. Now, if you wanted to, you could spend power. Nobody's done this yet because things haven't been important. If you wanted to, you could spend some power and roll a D10 to increase your gauge for this roll.
Oh.
I got a 36.
A 36 is within the thing. So Astrid, I'll say that the glass shatters, and it wouldn't have been like disastrous for you, but Reginald very, very gallantly pulls you out of harm's way.
okay.
In the arms, princess style, I've just got her.
Oh, God. I'm going to react in a way that Fable, is so
Good.
uncomfortable, but Astrid would.
Sure.
Do it.
She, oh gosh, she, like, gets all swoony and, like, grabs, like, his arms and he goes, oh, thank you, Reginald. Can I do, like, a read person or like
Absolutely. So right now your read, yeah, go ahead. You can do a read person. You
Okay.
do still have some points to put into it. Oh, your read person's already very high.
yeah.
So so go ahead. In fact,
I'm just
back
oh wait,
up so you
it's
can see.
the
So roll your D100. You have a very big gauge on this. You have a 35 in this. So you're trying to roll between a 15 and an 85.
I remember last time you kept failing to roll.
Did you fail a roll again?
No way.
Fable,
Oh,
what is your?
no.
Did you roll a 0 or a 99? You rolled a 13.
No. What?
So not only did you
No
fail, you rolled
way.
13. I love this. Okay. First of
No
all,
way.
Hey, by the way, everybody, I forgot. I should have mentioned this earlier. Our dread clock is at 7 because last night Kevin rolled a 13. In a thing like before we started the game, and Dan said, "I'm not going to be there tonight. Can we please count this?" And I said, "Okay." So
That is
anyway,
not fair. Only people who are going to be here should decide.
we're up at 8. So Fable, if
I'm
you
gonna
would please
roll
roll,
another roll.
please roll a D13 for me. All right, so you don't have that, so a D20.
okay.
You
I
guys
really-
don't understand. She failed so many rolls.
It
What?
was rough.
Comical. It was so rough.
Fable did.
And
I think Fable missed every roll last.
No,
time.
I got one. I
You
got
got one.
one.
Okay, good.
And if this happens again, I don't even know. I rolled an 8.
An 8. Okay, so no horror surge, which again aboard this thing are rough. No horror surge, but you do you attempt to sort of read person, but actually Astrid, I'm just gonna say that you are just so just taken with Reginald and how quickly he did this, and how you're just so
Genuinely.
genuinely just hungry for what this guy's putting out, that you're like, yeah, hell yeah.
Oh no.
Mama needs a meal. That's the
Yeah.
vibe. Yeah.
Reginald's getting that blaze.
Oh,
Boxer Medina, as that happens, as the glass shatters and all of you kind of react, but Astrid was under it and Reginald saves it. You do hear the Boxer just go, "Oh yeah, he's got moves. That guy's quick. That's cool.
That was good.
He's got fat. He's probably good in the ring."
I'm gonna put Astrid down and clean up the glass.
Of course,
Thank
yes.
you.
And in fact, one of the porters, yes, the conductor says, "Apologies, the great detective has some dramatic measures. We'll have the glass cleared away." And if porters come, and Reginald, if you're helping, they're gesturing for you to stop. They'll handle it. But the conductor says, "We'll get this recovered very soon. Until then, enjoy the open air nature. Now, Do I have it? Are you all right, Miss St. James? Let's get her a shot of brandy, please, and
Absolutely, thank you.
To calm your nerves. So, Passenger St. James, Passenger Smuggles, the two of you seem interested in a séance.
Seems like...
Go ahead.
Seems like an interesting way to...
Pass the time.
Understand. Yeah.
Would anyone else like to reserve a spot at the table?
Oh, count me in. I've never been to a séance before.
Perfect. I shall also, they have retired for the evening, but we shall see if Mr. Rawlings, couldn't remember it, if Mr. Rawlings and Mr. Preston Bullock would like to join, I'll reserve them. What about you, Miss Thomas?
I mean, I don't particularly feel the need. But who are we summoning? We're summoning the murdered guy?
Oh, it will be up to you at the time. You can all summon someone different if you'd like.
Maybe we'll find out info about this Etienne who killed you.
You could summon, if you really, as Miss Thomas, if you wanted to, you could try to summon all those your murderer has killed. Seeking more clues from beyond the veil.
Like, that could, like, what if it was like a whole lot and there were like a whole bunch of ghosts? Like, maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 ghosts is enough, but like, when you get more than that, it's kind of gross, isn't it? Like, way too many ghosts in a room.
Well,
Is there a way to bail out?
So much ectoplasm.
Yeah.
I
Disgusting.
understand. Miss Thomas, I know that you are not looking for a particularly frightening experience.
Oh.
I'm sure certain guardrails could be put in place for your benefit.
Could you watch from like the window outside the room or something?
I would recommend not watching through any reflective surface that could cause ghosts to appear behind you in what we call a Bloody Mary scenario.
Ah, yes.
What
Smart.
about
Smart.
What about you, Miss Lake?
No, thank you.
You won't be joining.
I will not be.
Very well.
Absolutely not.
So in that case, would you like an all alone on the train horror package in place?
No.
Anticipating the
You
No.
would be by yourself.
You will
on a
be
murder
all
train.
alone, Miss Lake.
I do not need
You know what?
a horror package.
I can keep her company and we can just go sit in the bar car.
Ah,
Sounds great.
understood. So a final girls scenario. Understood.
No
No.
scenarios.
Absolutely
A
not.
Oh.
shit-faced scenario, please, and that's it.
Boxer's
Reginald,
like, yeah, I'm trying to keep this one from getting killed. So like, I mean, I guess don't even scare her in case she reacts bad. I could see her getting so scared she like jumped out of the train and like died on the tracks, some dumb shit like that. So yeah, don't even like scare her, please. It would be great. I'm saying I could see it happen. I'm not saying we would. I'm just.
Fight things.
I know.
I'm not
I know
just-
you went up
Yeah.
against the drifter. That's crazy that you did that. I'm just saying.
Thank you.
You've also been freaked out by a
Oh.
GHOS. I know I'm saying. Did I miss? Is there another H?
The
Is it a
H-
GS?
no, this one is
HST?
silent.
GHOST.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Is that basketball game where you spell out like if you miss a shot, it's a
No,
G?
that's
then it is?
horse.
Oh, horse. Okay. Listen.
Remember when we said the not talking thing? Just close, and I walk over and I like
Sit there
start to
and-
put my hands over his jaws.
No. This is, lady, you're real, smell nice and everything. This is business. Medina, all I'm saying is you've been freaked out by that word. I'm not trying to say to freak you out further. Like, I know you're real tough and everything, but like if you see one of those, if you see that guy again.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to do the seance.
Right, so I'm saying to him, don't do any horror stuff to her, please, because she might freak
Thank
out.
you. Yes.
I'm
I
like
will
saying,
not
I'm literally
jump
trying to
out
give you
the
what you want,
train.
and you're yelling at me for doing it.
That's
Ugh.
just how I talk.
This is the worst assignment I've ever had.
I think you should just go consummate that marriage.
No,
Which,
absolutely not.
which two? Me and Medina?
Yeah,
We're not
clearly
married.
there's so much
We're
tension.
not.
Bro,
No.
genuinely, at this point, I'm like not interested.
You
She
Don't need to expand.
she's
on that.
fine
Thank-
looking, but like
Don't
it's
expand
done.
here, please. Please don't expand.
It's done. I'm over it.
Well, you'll come
Everyone
up.
I wanted to hook up with is back there in Voluptua, quite at this exact moment. Because you know what? In Voluptua, he looks at Zeke, and then he looks at Astrid, and he says, "They're nice to you there."
They really are. You're right. I think you have something going on. But I feel like once they cure their depression, they'll be better.
I'm not depressed.
Why is she depressed?
I'm not depressed.
You don't look depressed.
Thank you.
Well,
But-
that's
Like-
the thing. A lot of people may not look depressed, but they really are.
I'm angry, irritated.
Dude, I'm not depressed. I'm just
Re-
tipsy and meathead averse. Can we?
Meathead. God, so mean.
Reginald can feel the tension in the group. It feels like he's the only one outside of it all. It's like, mine.
Medina will point at Zeke and say, "Bar,
Bar.
bar."
Yeah. You guys can go over to the bar and
Point at the bar.
So Astrid like grabs the sleeve of Reginald's jacket, his current blazer, and she goes, "So see through? It's just completely sheer.
Yes, it's completely shared.
Why?
It's breathable as well. So
Do you just keep it on during, or like you have to be wearing it to do the deed?
It's just part of proper etiquette. I mean,
Do you need the nipples covered at all times, or
no.
Now you're talking.
Just adds a bit of class, a bit of color to the.
So, as the night carries on, Zane, could you roll a d13 for me?
Yeah, baby. So one again.
A 1 again. Very good. It's a little boring that we're seeing the same people again, but sort of shortly after that, the door flies back open. Morecastle Clark walks in and says, "Forgive me for departing so quickly. I needed to take a constitutional atop the train, something that I often don't do, but sometimes do, and in this case, I did."
On top of the train.
Well, yes. As you recall, I used my training in various kinds of athletic gymnastics to leap up on the bar, out through the skylight, and went on a walk to clear my mind. As you have pointed out, perhaps there are connections between various murders that are connected, including murders that have not yet been committed.
Oh, what'd you learn?
It is undeniable. Oh, I think I have a much better picture of things now, but I do so wish that Bertram were here to record what I'm doing. It would be nice if Bertram were here, my faithful servant. He never helps me solve the mysteries, but his writings about it, in fairness, present me in a positive light. So it is well done that he does so. But he is
I
not
get
aboard
it.
the train.
Sherlock and Watson.
What? No.
Nothing.
Morecastle and Bertram.
Right.
In any case, I've had another... For a moment there, I thought that you should not do a seance, but now I think it might be most illuminating.
Fully.
Are we going to do it now, or you're going to do it tomorrow?
It's it seems like now would be fun. We've already had multiple drinks.
We'll be down a couple of participants, although without Rawlings and Bullock here.
Oh, that's true.
I'm interested in what they might be revealed of them in a seance, but also, it is undeniable that
Well,
their
are there-
absence would have interesting consequences as well.
Are there other people that we could talk to?
Or other activities.
Other
Maybe not
activities?
summoning ghosts.
Yeah.
Well, I could interrogate each of you, of course.
That.
Ooh, a battle of wits. Sounds fun.
But it is entirely up to you.
Don't you already know everything about all of us?
Oh, I do. But the game is a game, which means I
Can we
must
just-
keep playing it.
Put on I don't know if you can do this on a train. Can we put on like a film or something?
Do you have badminton on the train?
We don't have badminton or films aboard the train,
Probably.
but we
Oh,
could.
Could play some cards.
Oh yes, well we could of course bring you cards if you'd like to play, or
I do love a good gamble.
if you'd rather, we could arrange for some music, or both.
Sure.
Bring it all.
Very well. Then
Wonderful.
the séance will wait for another day, but we will end your time this evening with some music and cards if you'd like to play.
Sure.
He sort of snaps a finger, and some of the the porters come out. The undead porters begin moving stuff around. The sort of conductor will step back and say, What kind of music were you in the mood for?
Astrid turns to Reginald and asks if he'd like to dance.
Reginald, always a man quick on his feet, is always prepared to dance. In fact, the second she asked, he was already standing, just ready to go.
Okay. Sweet. Do I have to like roll anything for
dancing?
dancing?
In a moment, perhaps, but
Will I fail that too?
I mean, based on
Probably.
previous experience, yes.
Probably.
Even though statistically, every roll is a new roll, so there's no reason you should. It will entirely be that. But before we get to sort of you guys actually dancing, the conductor will sort of step out. Morcasso will look at this and say, "Undeniable indeed," and he'll sort of walk out of the cart. And the conductor is going to get some music. So right now, the five of you, aside from the bartender, are alone in the car, and the boxer. Sorry, he's there.
Cool. Anyone up for a little 5-card stud?
I prefer Texas Hold'em.
I
What?
prefer blackjack.
Oh well, okay. So like, because this is awkward, because I prefer Go Fish. So it sounds like everybody likes a different card game.
Oh,
Anybody
that-
like Uno?
Ah, or Uno Stacco, where it's like Jenga but Uno. Uh-huh.
You ever played strip poker?
Yes.
Yeah, in Voluptuo I did one time.
Definitely many times, especially backstage. Very fun after the shows.
Although I feel like, and he kind of like gestures that he's shirtless right now. I'm sort of at a disadvantage in terms of strip poker, as opposed to like he points at Reginald, who has so many different ties and things on. Like,
Sure. Reg, why don't you give him a few of your layers, even it out?
Nah, it's fine. You don't have to give me any layers. I
Reginald
probably,
will pull out a tape measure out of nowhere. Just, are you sure? I can measure it up.
no, I'm good, thank you. Well, that's no. I'm not gonna play cards. I'll keep an eye on Medina, but you should definitely play if you want to, Medina, or not, or just yell at me some more. I don't care.
I'm not gonna play strip poker. I will play regular cards.
Yeah, I really think only Everett wants to play strip poker.
I was just trying to be funny. Everybody seems so tense in here about the seance.
Medina, you seem the most on edge. What game would you like to play?
Whatever. Just blackjack sounds great.
Okay.
All right.
Fine. Sure. Jock punch boxer guy. You want a deal if you're not gonna play?
I don't.
Blackjack? Deal blackjack? Yeah, sure. Okay. He's like, all right, so I'm gonna deal, no problem. Okay, so let's see. You guys are playing blackjack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two
So
Two cards
okay.
each.
One black. That's a blackjack. There you go.
Oh,
And
No. Okay.
Here.
Oh, no.
That's a red jack. Shoot, sorry.
He doesn't know how to play.
Is there anybody who knows
This
how
is
to
horrible.
deal? They must have someone. One of these monkey.
Can we get
What if
one of the undead in here?
The undead will just you know which undead will deal? The one who is helping, she'll sort of show up and go, "You want a death dealer."
No.
Please
no.
define death dealer.
Cards.
One who has experienced death and deals.
It's literal. It's literal. You're a dead dealer.
You're not dealing dead out to us, right?
No, just cards.
Perfect.
Right. Seems
Sounds
fine.
good to me.
What
Can I see
is...
that deck real fast? Can Zeke look at the deck?
Zeke, go ahead and make an analyze roll on the deck. It is
Zeke
under
expressed
your intelligence.
No bitch.
Yeah.
Zeke does not want to die again.
Don't blame her.
Zeke is she is a crafty one. Okay. We're rolling D50s, right?
A D100, yeah.
Or a D100. Whoops.
Yeah.
Okay. What did I think? D. Okay.
How long have we been on the train? So,
Uh,
how long has Astrid been on the train?
I think Astrid's been on for like 3 days. Something
All
like
right.
that. A little while.
33. What am I?
33, you are looking at analyze, so you have just sneaked in.
Just over.
The deck does not appear to your analysis, though the deck is not in pristine condition. It is not marked, And as far like you may not have counted every single card, but it doesn't seem like it seems like a normal deck of cards.
Like there's no card that says death in there.
Yes, no, there's no like tee hee hee, draw this in your murdered card. Yeah, that you see.
Cool. Zeke is a shady character, so she knows how to anticipate shady actions.
Exactly. So so basically, are all 5 of you playing blackjack?
Yes.
Okay. So if you guys all sit down and this undead individual will start dealing with stuff the Boxer's kind of watching, not playing. A few moments later, the door opens, and a figure, sort of like, kind of like, you feel someone entering the room. If you glance back over, you see that there is a man who seems to be clad in a very different kind of clothing, although it does appear to be formal. It is very space age and futuristic. It appears to be a human man, but he does look a little off, a little sallow. But he's in sort of like some kind of like, he's in like Starfleet formal attire, you know what I mean? He's in like the formal, you know, he's in kind of a space suit, but clearly dressed up.
It's
And
another one of those detectives. Another one.
It is a human being, so it does not appear to be like the Muppet detectives who you've seen so far. This appears to be someone else. He's carrying a case, which he sort of brings over and sets down, and he begins to like fold up this sort of bar, and there's this like odd loop thing, and then he's plugging various things in, and he's kind of doing this like off to the side, and kind of looks at you all and just says,
Does it look like a bomb?
make an analyze roll, Medina. Is this your first roll of the night?
It's my like second. 65. I don't think.
65, eh?
Yeah, it's no. Wait,
65?
between 20 and 80?
Mm-hmm.
So
it's 65?
yeah.
I want you to
no.
look under quick rules under the
God.
like third from the bottom though, last line.
Yeah, have fun with this.
That's 65 is a multiple of 13, my dear.
No.
So,
No.
Roll your D13 for me, please.
Oh God. I hate it. No, I'm sick. You can't do this to me.
I can
my
and
God.
must and just did.
11.
Oh, I really wanted you to get the horror surge. It would have been rough on you.
No, we have to wait for Dan to come back. He deserves
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, he's another dead character.
No, I think that-
Especially this character, he would be so sad.
especially Rollins.
All right. So but with that roll, you do not believe this is a bomb. The bearing of this person, it doesn't seem to be a bomb, and the way they're setting it up, though you're not familiar with this, like, there's this like long thing, and there seems to be like this like hoop of some kind, and whatever. This individual sort of sets this all up, and then flips a switch, and puts his hands, which are gloved, sort of in the air over it, kind of one hand next to kind of this tall thing, the other hand within this sort of looped coil next to it. And then he sort of pauses and then raises his hand out of the loop and begins to move his other hand, and you hear this haunting
Playing a fucking pyramid.
I think he is yeah.
Yes.
Would any of us know what that is?
I'm going to say that Reginald absolutely knows what it is. Medina might. Medina, this is up to you. If you'd like to make a luck roll rolling a d13, you
Nope.
could see, but if you want to say you don't know, that's fine. Zeke,
Nope.
it is
But
pretty
Astrid?
unlikely you would make, but Reginald, you do know what it is. Astrid, I'm going to say that though it would have been invented in the real world in the time period that your stuff was around,
Yeah.
in Heistalese, it is not a thing. Heistalese kind of moves away from modern inventions and such, even though it was invented like again like the 20s. But Reginald, you're very familiar with this this instrument that is being played.
What did you say it was?
It is a theremin.
Theremin.
Although
kind of
the
that is.
other it's you actually know it as an etherphone. That is the term that is more used in your area. And probably this is a weirder space age version. But this kind of individual begins playing this sort of... It's kind of haunting sci-fi song. So Reginald, you could explain what it is to everyone if you'd like.
Would I recognize the song, possibly?
That is a different question. Give me a D13 roll. It is possible that you would.
I got a 13.
Roll it again. Rain begins to fall on the window panes outside.
Well.
That was a 14.
14, so close.
Okay.
Wait. 11.
11, fair enough. So
Good, no, we'll get it right before Dreadstorm, right before Dan comes
exactly.
back.
As the rain is falling, and sure enough, like just as the rain begins to fall, the glass has been replaced over your head, so now it's that kind of like pitter-patter on that section. This individual is playing this beautiful song with a 13. Reginald, I will say that you do not know this song. You don't know its name, but whether it's reminding you of something, it is a song that you have a rather intense reaction to, because you've rolled a 13, which is always very bad luck. So even though you cannot name it, you're not familiar with it, but just as you're about to sort of explain what it is, Reginald, as you're sort of sitting there, the rest of you see a spark shoot out of Reginald's ear.
Oh my God!
And Reginald sort of sits there, kind of like Reginald. I'm going to say that you are. Tell you what. Do you have a D10 handy? Just the. Yeah, let's do the D10. That's a fun one.
Yes.
Okay, roll your D10.
1.
Okay, perfect. So Reginald sort of sits there, like his face just like kind of his jaw almost like he's like sparked for a moment. And Reginald is just like in like some kind of like feedback loop for a second of like, And do any of you have a gauge of 30 or higher in listen under vitality? So is the number for is your solid number for vitality 30 or higher in listen? Okay, cool. But he remains that way for 10 seconds.
Can I investigate or like
I would let you do an analyze if you'd like to.
analyze?
Yeah.
Okay.
But for about 10 seconds. Go ahead, Astrid, as you sort of are looking at this, your analysis in this moment.
It's fine. I don't know.
What'd you roll?
Not anything great.
But I have to know it. I have to know in case it's multiple 13.
Wait, why is my fate in extra tabs?
No, what did you?
The 26.
Someone else saved me.
Which is a multiple of 13.
What a cool thing
Somebody
to roll.
else saved me.
All right, please roll a D20.
Zeke, what?
Zeke isn't gonna go out of the way to help anyone.
Zeke, don't leave me to Astrid.
1.
She's
Okay.
gonna kill me.
Zeke doesn't stick her neck out for people. I'm
So
sorry.
basically, Reginald kind of as a spark, Astrid, you
Neither
look
does
and you're
Vegeta.
kind of like, what's happened? And you genuinely have no idea. And in fact, it's probably your own, just like whether you're kind of feeling a little hungry or odd, or you're just confused and the glass, like you cannot bring your brain to like start putting it together. You're just stopped on spark. What?
Having a Jackie O moment? Like what is going on?
You start crawling across the back of the oh man, Jackie O jokes. I didn't know things were that. Yeah. All right. So as you sort of look at that, 10 seconds later, as the rest of you are all just stunned, Reginald, you can now just speak as a you have suddenly his face kind of returns to normal, and now you can just say whatever you want. Yeah.
Ooh.
Are you alright?
Did I see anything in that moment? Like anything supernatural or spooky?
Reginald, this is something that occasionally happens to you. You basically know that you had what's called a kernel panic. It happens periodically. It can be a little awkward for individuals such as yourself of your nature, but it is not it's a, you know, it's kind of just, it's like a momentary like blip, but you're sort of, you know,
It's like a little system error.
a system error. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yes, I'm fine. It happens every now and then. Just had to get the hardware updated a little bit.
You had a spark come out of your ear. Are you some type of machine?
Yeah, what do you mean hardware?
I am not fully machine. I am a part machine.
How much?
Which part?
Like an android. You guys.
Valid question. I'm just curious.
Various different parts. And
Is it the whole brain? Is it a human brain in there? Or...
Like your head or your midsection?
the
Back
different
to
parts-
those questions.
Oh, wait. You're dressed all old timey, but are you from Rocket Base?
I am.
Oh, so you're like a robo-boxer.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Man, robo-boxing's tough because they can shoot robo-boxing's like a little not in my zone because like I can like do it, but like sometimes the robots, they can like, do you have a hand that you can shoot as a missile and it comes back to you?
Wait, is it like Rock'em Sock'em? Like if I punch under your jaw, is it gonna go boing?
You're welcome to try.
So you just don't...
Good, I don't.
Oh, okay, you're a robo-boxer.
But yes, just you know, sometimes the hardware gets a little bit faulty, and just have to do a nice little system update.
Dope.
And to answer your question, yeah, there's some cyberware in my brain, but all across my body.
Oh, Astrid.
Oh, go
No,
ahead.
go ahead, Everett. Yeah.
Do you like eat and pass bowel movements?
I do, yes,
Dude,
Wow.
but mostly because I want to.
Wow. Oh my God, you choose that. Like, I would say I would never want to pass a bowel movement ever again in my entire life because it's like so inconvenient and gross, but like you just do it.
You say that now, but just wait until you're mostly cyberized, and you just have to feel your humanity a little bit.
Well, okay. I like your perspective. Well,
Thank
thank
you.
Astrid, I don't want to go too deep in stuff, but I will say that I would like for you to make, at this point, I'd like you to make a research roll. This will sort of be you going over what you know in your brain. This is typically not how it is. It's just, you've had so little luck with Analyze. I feel like let's maybe just mildly change it up.
All right.
I hope you succeed.
you got this, Astrid.
You could also add points if you wanted to. You still have 37 points to spend in talents.
What is okay? So what exactly does like research do?
Research is more going to be for you like going through documents and like doing stuff, but in this case I'm going to say that this is I'm allowing you to have done this before. This is you recalling information. So sometimes that's research as well.
Okay, I will put
And
some points.
And I'm going to, you know what? Don't even. You can if you want to. Given what it is you're thinking about, I'm going to extend your gauge a little bit, just based on knowledge you would have. It's kind of like your basic thing. So I'll even extend your gauge by 10. So you want between 27 and 73. But if you want to extend it further, you could.
I feel like we're all on the edge of our seat anytime she rolls. It's like,
I know.
is she gonna get it?
At 27 and 73.
Between 27 and 73.
Guess what? I got 65.
65?
No!
These are so the thing is
Ow.
the thing is like I did the percentage math on this. Okay,
Okay,
so
but I succeeded, but I also didn't succeed.
so roll a d20 for me.
No one else roll another fucking 13 tonight. Save it for Dan.
Okay, I got a 2.
A 2. So here's the thing. In this system, by having all the multiples of 13 trigger a thing, it is a 7% chance. That's only a 2% chance higher than the 5% chance you have when rolling a d20 to roll a 13. So it's just crazily happening a lot tonight. I don't think it's like ludicrously more likely. But
Fable, you might be bad luck.
However,
Or the best luck for story
However,
purposes.
the good news is, Astrid, as the storm intensifies overhead, you do understand something about this individual.
Okay.
I'm going to sort of just say this in a kind of general way, which is that in your experience, this is a very fun person to talk to, but, you know, like, this person is more machine than man.
Right.
Oh.
For certain purposes.
Right. Gotcha.
So that honestly, that might be a good thing, but for certain purposes, that's just something you should be aware of. Okay. So great. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
I've got all the attachments.
Yeah. Well, also, I mean, yeah. Again, there may be some huge.
There's some huge, some huge setbacks.
Yeah. But as the rains intensify outside, this being is now playing this beautiful song, which kind of affected Reginald in a negative way. He had some emotional feelings about it. But now cards are being dealt out to you all, and you guys begin playing blackjack. We're not going to play blackjack, just because like I can't like deal cards to all of you. It's just a mess. So I will instead. I will say that you guys play. If anyone is trying to do anything other than just pass the time in a fun, diverting way, please let me know. Otherwise, we don't need to make any rolls and risk any more multiples of 13, because, guys, we are at sweet.
God. Yeah, do we just want to roll to see who wins the hand?
If you'd like to do that, we could. Everyone, please roll a D100. And what you're going to roll specifically is calculate. Because that's kind of what blackjack comes down to. It's odds, it's calculation.
Is it under intellect?
It's under intellect. If anybody wants to put points into... I think that Everett and Medina, you don't have any points to spend. Zeke, you have no points to spend. Actually, just the only... Astrid, you have points to spend. The rest do not. So. Yeah.
What does calculate do outside of this in general?
Calculate is... So basically, analyze is where you're like looking at data and like trying to like get to the heart of a thing and be like, ooh, this might be the secret thing. Calculate is like... how much of something we'll need, what angle do we need to launch off of. Calculate is going to be how many things will, like how much resistance will we have at a place. Calculate is going to be more numbers based. Analyze could be a little more theoretical, could come through different things. Occasionally there's overlap, but they're different types of the brain.
Are we gonna go by who's closest to 50? Is that how this is like?
Yes, we will. We will literally go who's closest to 50. Good point. Did anyone? So you rolled a 6. So you, Medina, you're busting like crazy. Actually, no, you're not busting. You're staying. Because here's the thing: if you're over, it means you're busting. If you're under, it means you're not getting to the thing. So Medina, you're always like you get 7, and you're like, stay, Austin Powers style. Reginald, how did you do?
48.
48. Reginald is doing very well. He's kind of calculating, almost like he has a robotic enhancements in his brain. Everett.
When she said 50, I was like, oh, nice.
How are you doing, Everett?
14.
14. Everett, is that outside of your calculate range?
I don't know how this works.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Is this your first roll tonight? I apologize.
My first roll.
So your calculate, you would need to, you are not high at calculate, so you're trying to roll a 50. The closer to 50 is the better. You would succeed if you were between 40 and 60, since you have a 10 gauge in calculate.
Like a 10 spread each way.
10 spread each way. Yeah, and it's all about spreading each way. And then you can, if you have bigger gauges, you can, zoop in. So yeah, Everett, you are similarly, you're kind of playing too conservative. Reginald, you're doing pretty well. Zeke, what did you roll?
62. Not good
62.
enough.
So Zeke, you're being a little more daring. You bust a few times, but also.
Oh. Sorry.
That she's busting? Oh, I see. Yeah, sorry. But Zeke, you also, though, occasionally you'll win one by like hitting on 19 and just, it's like amazing. Astrid, how'd you do?
Thing busting makes me feel good.
Exactly.
87.
An 87. Wonderful. And with an 87, you similarly, because I'm sure that's over your. I'm so sorry that this system is so rude to you. So basically, Astrid is just Astrid's just staring at Reginald and busting like crazy. God. And in any case, in the end, though Zeke, you're not completely cleaned out. Also, you guys are just probably playing for pennies, or you're not. No one's putting up real money here. Reginald, you do sort of win the little game. So there's pleasant music. There's cards. Reginald and Astrid, at this point, if you two would like to dance, you might. but also it is kind of a more dirge-like music, so your dance would be a little more. Reginald just does the robot.
Reginald's doing the robot.
Would you guys like to dance?
Sure.
It is.
No.
No.
Oh, I thought Reginald was shaking his head.
No,
If
still-
you would like to dance,
Are you doing the robot, Reginald?
I would like for both of you. I would like for both of you to go under your will. This is a perform roll. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say that Astrid, you should probably put some points into this, given your.
I am.
Yeah.
Don't roll any fucking 13 multiples, people.
Listen, I'm just. There we go.
Is Zeke upset about losing blackjack?
A little.
As Reginald gets up to dance, can like his eyes slightly glow to let her think that maybe his cyborg brain gave him an advantage?
Listen, I'm salty about losing, but I respect the cheating.
Oh, yeah, you would.
All right, so as Astrid and Reginald begin to dance, I'll also let you know, Astrid, here's another thing you could do. Before you roll, you could spend a power. In this game, power is kind of like spell slots meets hit points, but in this game, you get 1 power back each hour, just like all the time. So like, if you'd like to spend a power, you could expand your gauge just for this roll if you really want to show off to Reginald.
No, I'm just gonna. I succeeded. I rolled a 30.
Perfect, a 30. So yes, Reginald, did you make a perform roll?
I got a 47.
That is very close to 50, yeah. So basically the two of you begin to dance this kind of odd, herky-jerky, robotic, dirge-like dance, and Reginald is leading and popping and locking, and Astrid, you are enough of a consummate performer and you know, quick enough on your feet that you can allow him to sort of lead you around. Medina, Zeke, and Everett, do any of you dance?
Definitely not.
No.
Very well. The boxer does not dance either. Medina, the boxer's still back on the couch, so you may not even be looking at him, but are you going to sit back down on the couch once the game's over, or are you just going to...
Yeah, sure.
If you sit next to him and whatever kind of like thing, you will notice that the boxer is staring intently at Reginald's feet the whole time.
Boxing stuff.
Yeah, no, yeah, he's light on his feet, but you can see the drag. Also, can you hear the servos? I can hear the servos now.
I can't.
See, that's a big weakness actually, because you know, I know where he's gonna go like a millisecond before he does every time. Here, listen real careful. See here, you're gonna hear it right when he's about to do a little spin, and see, and he starts doing that thing that Tony Romo did that one time that was impressive, and then everybody started hating, where he's like calling every play before it happens from up in the booth. He's just like saying he's like, he's gonna spin here. Okay, wait, here comes the dip. That, you know, he, like, clearly the boxer doesn't know about dancing, but he's just reading, you know, kind of like a fighter to fighter, like a.
Philip, was that a sport reference?
Dude, last night was a sports match. It started with just the boys. We were talking about fantasy football. We were talking about other things I didn't know about. So yeah,
Medina will say, you kind of have to look at feet like that in fencing too. It's a huge tell.
Yeah, see, you do know what. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like to look at feet because they look nice.
Yeah. You know what? On that note,
Reginald can feel like people are staring at his feet. He's like,
on that note, I think we're gonna call it a night. On that perfect out.
Final words from Everett.
His feet look nice.
Lovely.
So on that note, there is the detective is still out there. We have now seen another form of the detective. I'm sorry that we saw the same form, one form from last time twice. There are some other, you know what number I really am ready for? I'm ready for you guys to roll.
13.
13, yes, but the numbers I'm really excited about are 10 and 11. 8 was the one I was most excited about, but 10 and 11 are both fun in other ways.
For our little
for the
investigator
great detective, yeah.
just let Fable roll it all.
You know,
So thank you all so much for
Always
watching
follow
tonight.
Fable.
So basically, as we'll end the session there, as everyone's going to go to bed at this point. Now we'll probably open with some frightening things and ghost buttons in rooms and who presses what at the beginning of our next game. But then I believe we'll be having a seance that is being arranged by the staff here. So thank you all so much for watching. We are back next week, which is, of course, I want to say the 5th of January, based solely on Monday being the 1st, right? 5th, because that's 5 days in a
you are
work week.
correct.
Come on. Guys, sometimes you can figure it out in your head. Most of the time, you should look at a calendar, but sometimes. So thank you so much for watching. We have some other games on this channel, but not for a hot minute. Our next game will be next Wednesday. I cannot tell you for sure what it will be. I think it's a Lost Lore Academia, but it might not be. But then we're back a week from tonight, and from then on, we're back to our sort of more regular schedule. Go to our Discord to interact with us. Go to our YouTube to watch old episodes. Go to our wiki to read all the cool stuff about these games and how they intersect and all that fun. I think we definitely have a lot of people to thank tonight. I don't know if you've been
we do.
keeping track of it all, but yeah, please, if you can.
So the evening started out with a generous gift from Brenninger giving out 10 community sub gifts this evening.
So many,
It was
thank
just
you.
so generous.
Very
10
kind of you to do.
10 lucky individuals getting to hang out here with us, become part of this family. Thank you, Brenninger. We had Galanorian Saber gifted a 1 month, 1 tier sub. So lucky 00 Emily got it. I think I said it right. And then a hype train just started happening because Brenninger was cheering Bits, going wild with Bits, and then cheered another 100 Bits 38 minutes ago. So we have had a lot of kindness and energy in the chat tonight. Thanks, y'all. And I'm excited to be back. It's very fun.
It is. I'm so happy we have a lot of people, and I'm excited to just kind of have. Thing is, this setting more than others, if we wind up having a game where there's a ton of you, I mean, it will be loud, but it'll be like that's what happens on these things. Just a million people sit around tables chatting, and then there's another murder. So yeah, some good times. Would anyone like to plug any other than I will generally say everyone go to everybody's socials. All these people here have cool social medias, so check them out.
You know who also has a social media?
Whom? Your dog?
Toby has an Instagram.
Toby the
You can
Targ.
find Toby on Instagram at Toby the Targ.
Zane got me a beautiful dice tower, and I just want to talk about it because if anybody's interested in getting it, hold on, I have to take my background down. He got me this for Christmas. It's a beautiful.
Look at that.
That's so
It
pretty.
has a bird in the background, and it has a little stained glass window.
Oh, like Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah,
A little
So
bit.
pretty.
and it goes in there, and it has a little courtyard that attaches, and this is from Towers and Trinkets.
Wow.
Find them on
So
Instagram.
cute.
Yeah, she was super nice. She actually customized it to make it that color because Lauren likes that color.
Wow.
like
Is that
rose gold.
is that rose gold?
It
It's
is
rose gold.
indeed.
Lauren, tell us again how you're bisexual.
Wait, oh no, wait. I know this one. Lauren, tell us you're bisexual without telling us you're bisexual. That's how they say it on the internet, right?
Yeah.
Say
Um,
less.
Also, I will be playing hopefully this Thursday. Y'all, I rebounded with COVID. I had COVID and got better, and then I'm sick with COVID again.
Did
So,
you
depending-
were you on PAX or no?
Yeah, I was. So
The PAX
congrats.
rebound.
Yeah,
It's really great when it works, but for those handful of people that rebound, it sucks.
I'm
Yeah.
just lucky.
But it's still worse than it would have been without taking it. Like, it would have
Yeah.
been nice to do it all at once, but you would have had an even rougher time.
Yeah. So it is what it is. So depending on how I'm feeling, that's actually why I didn't play yesterday, but it worked out because Long Lost Lore was on yesterday. I'm gonna try to play Thursday if I'm feeling better. So follow my channel.
Very good.
Ah.
So I'm going to show something because I think that Liv has not seen this yet. Liv, have you seen what Sophia sent?
No, I haven't. I want to see. Love it.
Cross-stitched Maisie.
Perfect.
So Fable, Maisie is and I mean, Moses, you haven't really interacted with Maisie. Maisie is kind of the one doing all of this to all of you. Maisie is a
fun.
little red-haired doll who is the
We
reason.
love dolls on this channel.
Is the
She watches
reason.
it for us all.
Yeah, this reason, this whole thing, and that is
Oh,
Maisie's one of her
but-
main emotes.
Sophia told me that when she first tried to put it in a frame, the glass broke. So it's haunted.
Okay.
Image. Cursed image. Cursed image. That looks amazing. Thank you so much, Sophia.
How? I mean, how? Like, I'm sure this just took for. This is.
Yeah.
This is so cool. I'm very. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna rearrange things because this has to be displayed. You know, like.
Prominently.
Like you don't want it, like,
Yes.
because if it's far back, it'll be. I gotta.
Zane,
figure
I
it
like your cute little cat ears thing.
Oh yeah. Me too.
Aw.
out. Grand. Well, this is great. Thank you all. Should we now talk more about gravy training, or should we just call it a night here before things get rough? Because 2 weeks ago we talked about gravy training, and right before we went live, I said something pretty rough that Moses really laughed at a lot as a concept. But I probably shouldn't say that one on the thing. Here, I'm just gonna say 2 words, and you guys can like think about what it might have been. Quality control.
Good night,
no.
everyone.
So
Good
anyway,
night.
thank you all for watching. We will see you next time. Until then, have a
Approved.
dreadful night.
Ooh.
Bye-bye.